Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Illumination Portal and welcome to Val from Dragonfly Crystals. She's,
Everyone.
she's this beautiful soul came in and I was asking her backstage, how did you get into this? So we're going to touch on a couple of things, but I do want to say she's Val, and I never met another Valerie, or I
I
mean,
know. Well, me either.
I
I
don't.
have to say, not really. It's not a name you hear all the time.
Uh,
But it
yeah,
means strong in French,
it does.
actually. So, yes,
Yes, it
it
does.
does.
Strong and brave and healthy.
Strong
Because
and
I looked
brave.
it up. I'm like, huh.
Yes.
And and then she likes to go by Val, but I go by either Valerie, Val. But
Mhm.
Val has a website called dragonflycrystals.store.
Right.
And I have that down in the description box because she's offering the Akashic Records classes again in February. I think it's February
10th.
there we go, 10th.
Yeah.
And excellent class. Really excellent class. Plus she does readings.
Mhm.
She has a whole beautiful little web page. You do Reiki, you do
I do.
I want to know what the Eye of Horus.
The Eye of Horus activation. Yeah, that's something that I was doing. I kind of took it down because people have a very strange connotation of the god goddess thing
Mm,
of the Eye of Horus, and who's Horus. He is the son of Isis, and it's all this stuff. But I just named it that because there is
mm,
something about the eye, and the eye is like mathematically and in some way, that deeper way that I can't even understand in physics. It is the window or doorway
mm,
into higher dimensional frequencies, and this activation puts you in that state. And I got it actually from the Arcturians. They came in like 25 years ago, gave me that activation. I just named it that, and I guess it. Yeah, and I did a lot of Eye of Horus activations, but
yeah,
yeah.
it's kind of like a fractal, right? Because the eye, the cones, and the rods. I mean, there's a lot to it.
Something, I mean, it's bigger than I can even talk about. I don't even understand, but what it does is it actually activates your pineal gland and goes in and turns on all the switches of your DNA.
Yeah.
So
Mm,
I don't even know if it's necessary in today's higher frequency, because this is happening in people just as the light codes come in, as the higher energies are flowing like crazy. You just open up to it, and
yeah.
it's happening
Yeah.
within everyone. And a lot of people like you and I are going around, we don't even know we're activating people. And all the people in the chat as well
Yeah.
are, they're all light workers doing this kind of work. So yeah.
I love that. That we don't, as light workers, love workers, energy workers, we really don't say that enough to each other,
Yeah,
right? That just being anywhere around anybody does activate
it
others,
does.
activate them. It activates the whole world because this is what I was just telling Val backstage. I can't wait till everybody, activates up so we can all live in peace and
Yeah,
harmony, right?
exactly.
It's been a long journey, and we've
Exactly.
all had we all get here in so many unique ways, and here we are.
Mhm. Here you
Um,
are.
and it's just, well, the reason for tonight's show was to get to know Val. I haven't really got to watch her as she's been coming out. I did take the Akashic Records class, it was excellent. But as we got Christmas 2 days away. As we're going through the holiday season, we are all being highly activated right now.
Mhm.
This is a bunch of different things. It's constant, right? This energy just constantly
Yes.
flows in and swirls around us. And is that how you see it too?
Well, yeah, and the whole concept is everything is energy.
Yes.
Every single thing is energy. There
Mhm.
isn't anything that isn't energy. So if you can imagine us, we even have the Schumann resonance. That's the energy of the earth, that frequency. So everything is frequency and resonance. And so if we have our thoughts and our minds and our hearts on higher vibrational things, we resonate higher. It's pretty much that simple. And as we do, we are receiving in these codes and light codes of information, higher vibrational frequencies coming in. And I always suggest to everyone, if you can just say, I allow in, I receive in all this higher vibrational frequency, and I anchor it in and I ask it. You can ask Archangel Michael, you can just do it yourself, however it feels comfortable to you, to anchor it in and integrate it gracefully and quickly. So these are things that you can do in meditation, or just if you're sitting on the couch and you have a minute, just open up this portal of light and get this connection going with divine source energies and say, I open to receive all the highest vibration of truth and light, the integration, recalibration, activation codes, whatever it is from my highest guides and angels. I open to receive this divine source for my highest good and the highest good of humanity.
Yeah.
Thank you. Because let's do it for everyone on earth, so that as we resonate, they will resonate. It'll go out on the ethers, and it connects all of us like a big web of energy. And as many of us are activating and getting higher frequency, it goes out and affects our community. It affects a larger community. It affects the world. And it affects the multiverse. So all the galactic beings out there are going, oh, thank goodness they're doing this. They're all excited because they want to see us join the Galactic Federation of Life and be part of everything.
I mean, it's mind blowing when you think of it. As you were saying, well, anything on Earth is energy. We're electromagnetic beings. Everything on Earth is electromagnetic. And I know about a year or two ago when the guides were asking me to look up the 12 universal spiritual laws and explain it that way. But they're still, I mean, I have videos on my channel if anyone wants to do them. I want to upgrade them because they put each law and associated with a planet. So it was really cool how, so I have that going on. But if we only understood that basic concept that everything is energy, and even though my computer looks solid, it's vibrating so fast, right, that it makes it look solid, but it's really not.
Well, exactly right, Valerie. That is exactly right. So in that same way, that as you think, those thoughts are a vibration that actually go out on the ether that connects you to everything. So thoughts become things. And as we put our awareness on something, let's put it on something positive, something uplifting, whatever we want to bring forward. That is a heartfelt soul connection, because as we resonate that, we raise our frequency, that energy goes out, and we are resonating at a certain vibration. We in turn get back from the universal energy that same thing. So what you put out actually comes back as a resonating frequency. And as you do it higher and higher, you vibrate higher and higher because you get back the higher frequencies. And your guides and angels are going, oh, look, she's paying attention. And she's, they start to work with you more and more as you talk to them, and you get, so
you do. You just get information, and it's just immediate, like this, and this, and this. And really, as sending out love every day, I couldn't believe how much love I surrounded. And this is going on for quite a few years now. But boy, it the instantaneous energetic.
downpouring of energy or energy from other people, the
Yeah,
love. When you send that out, Valerie,
yeah,
when you send that out around the world, or you just cocoon your whole entire neighborhood with it, however you do it,
that's
it
right.
shifts in a real way.
It really
And your
does.
world will shift around you from that vibrational change. And yeah, you'll never, things won't be the same again.
It's
And
beautiful.
yeah, it's a real thing,
It
not
is.
this woo-woo thing.
It
It's
really is. It's tangible.
it's
It's
tangible.
you will literally receive it right back. 'Cause
You
one
do.
of the things I kept saying in all those, a couple of those videos, what you emit, what
Yes.
frequency you emit, is the one
Yes.
that's coming back. Now, Val said it a lot better, but it's instantaneous. And
Yes,
the
and
only
when
thing,
and I used to do that, Valerie, in meditation. I would send out this light all around the
Mhm,
world from my heart, this beautiful light. Well, I
mhm,
still do, but this
yeah,
I would sit and I would say, and I also did meditations for others. You would sit and wait to receive the energy back from the universe. You send it out, and now you sit and you wait for it to come back, and you feel it come in like
mhm.
10 times stronger than what you sent out. So that energy was immediate, and it would come to you and fill you with so much light and information. So it is a real thing that you can do anytime.
It
So
really is. And
yeah.
that was kind of when I asked Val to come on today. Well, it was 12/23/2023, and I thought that was pretty interesting because we have the numerology playing in there. But and I had to unfortunately cancel with her about a month ago when my mom came in and down. So I wanted to catch up, and here we are, 12/23, 2 days from Christmas in the holiday season,
Yeah.
and I know most everybody here in the spiritual community has understands these principles. It's not even principles; these are facts. How would you say that? This is reality. This is our reality, really. How our reality is built. It is what you are, what you emit is what comes back to you.
Exactly.
And
That's well said. That's exactly right. Yes. I mean, you are the creator of your reality. And this is not a small statement.
mm-mm.
You are the creator of your reality. So, what do you want to bring forward? And then from that platform of first loving yourself. And that means that you have to let go of all the ego mind script stuff that tells you you're not good enough or tells you you can't do this, you can't do that, all that negative stuff you might have garnered all from your family or growing up or all those experiences is just, maybe to toughen you up to realize you are not the ego mind. So you let that go. You let that go. Whatever that is saying, that is not you. And once you get past that and you realize whatever you have faced in your life, those are things you wanted to come in and experience.
Yeah,
And it has no judgment. It's an experience. So
that's
you
it.
have to drop the story around it because you're getting the wisdom from it. So that means you have to forgive yourself and everyone else, even though there is no reason to have to forgive. You do it because this is the earth plane.
Hmm.
And you have to let go of that illusion.
Yeah,
So you're not your story, you're your soul as a spiritual being coming into this body. And from your place of your foundation of who you really are,
right.
a spiritual being, a divine source being, a
Hmm.
part of all that is creating here. And what do you want to create? So
Right.
you've dropped all the illusion, you've gotten rid of it, and you're standing in your soul being able to bring forward all this beautiful, like you and your beautiful YouTube channel where you share information that can enlighten people.
Yeah.
It's that kind of platform that comes from that love, that foundation of loving yourself. And that way you can go out and love others.
Yeah.
And that profound, inclusive love, not non-judgmental, in your center, it just embracing everyone and everything is a powerful, powerful place to be.
I mean, it is so powerful, and it sounds almost ridiculous, but this is where we go through the dark nights of the soul. And this is one of the reasons I got into astrology, because okay, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, we've come in, played these roles, uh, you know,
Yeah, you play the
accumulated,
roles.
yeah,
You
accumulated.
act in the play. You play the roles to learn. That's what you
Yeah,
do.
and to just to hear it in those terms, just kind of just, oh,
It
this
gives you,
isn't
it takes
real.
the punch out of it. It takes
Yeah,
the snap out of the
right.
story. And you realize, oh, that story's over. Oh,
It's
okay,
over.
I got that story. What did I get from that? Oh, yeah, I know it's better to be compassionate. It's good to, look at the whole picture.
Yeah,
You take the wisdom and you go, yeah, the energetic trigger in the story dissipates once you understand the reason that you wanted to learn that or you wanted to
right.
experience it. And yeah, it's a profound thing. That is the shadow
Yeah,
work. The ego stuff that we experience is all that shadow work. So when our ego comes up and it's telling us, oh, you're not good enough to do that, or you blah,
right.
blah, lack. That means you need to love yourself more and understand that you are able to do anything because you are that beautiful divine source energy. You need to look at what kernel inside of you still needs some light of truth, because truth is you are all that is. You are everything. You are connected. Everyone is connected. Everything is connected.
Yeah,
And we are that energy of divine source. So
yeah. And as we live these thousands of lifetimes, and you can see that we're heading into the age of Aquarius. Okay,
yeah,
last golden age was the age of Leos. That was like over 12,000 plus years ago. So as we're remembering, because that's what I think it is, we're just remembering who we are.
it is. It's just that. It's
Yeah,
remembering. It's like we, in every cell of our bodies
yeah,
is the macrocosm. Everything that ever happened in the universe, even our Akashic records, everything is stored. We are that. We are all that. And it's just letting ourselves remember why
yeah.
we're here and who we really are. And so, yeah, exactly that.
And it's so cool because here, when once you remember, hey, I can create anything. And even with that question in front of you at a certain point, it was like, oh, all I wanted to do is really give people the information so they knew that they could create the life that they really were longing for, right?
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
not like it's weird. All your needs get taken care of. Things
Yes.
are just smoother. It's like you go from being stuck in the mud, fighting, wrestling, not believing in anything, and to, oh my God, it was that easy just
Yes.
to change belief.
Yeah,
Yes.
Valerie, that is profoundly said, because that's exactly what shifting into your soul self and letting go of the story.
So much story.
It's
Yeah.
if you let go of all that and
Hmm.
you just are in your soul moving from there, unbelievable what happens. When doors open up for you and you move with a grace and ease, things come in front of you and you are just one propelled forward easily with
Yeah.
so many opportunities because you're in that space of divine love and acceptance of what is. So
Uh,
accepting in the love, it's not just you giving yourself the love and knowing you are this. It's also allowing in the love from the universe and
yeah.
accepting it in, because all this will be coming to you.
It just comes in, boy.
It comes in.
It surrounds you. It surrounds everything. It's just
It's
there.
what we call being in the flow.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're in this flow.
Yes, it's so cool. And getting to that point isn't easy, right? I know I
No,
had
it's
to
work.
choose. Yes,
Yes.
it's a lot of work. I had to choose love or fear,
Yes.
like in
Yes.
every second of every moment.
It's a and yeah, well said. Valerie, every minute, every now moment is a choice.
Choice, yeah.
Every single moment is a choice.
Mm,
And the choice is how do you want to create your next moment? With the ego mind saying something, or what does your soul say? What does your heart say? What's your heart's desire? And so when you let this just go, oh, that's not me, and you let it flip by, it becomes quieter and quieter and quieter
it does.
as you go along. And then it's
And I learned, I don't know how long ago. There's a hierarchy, right? The heart is in charge.
Yeah.
And the mind and the ego work for the heart. They're supposed to, well, they do. They bring to the heart, make what the heart wants reality for you, right? It was so as I'm doing readings these last few months, I kept hearing big Venus thing went through, Venus in Leo, and Venus is like, do what you love, only focus on what you love and value, right?
Yes.
So it got to the point where it was only focus on what makes your heart smile. This is so important because we'll put all these other stipulations in there before I can be happy. This got to happen, or this got to happen, or this person's got to be like this. And that's another one that's very freeing when you just say, I can only control me. I love me. I love everybody else. And it's not a conceited love. It is.
You're embracing, because you are embracing the divine self that you are. Of course, you need to do that, because you can't see that beauty in everyone else until you see it in yourself.
That's right.
So when you see yourself in that way, you may now look around the world and feel true love for everyone.
Really.
So, that is the connectedness. That is that bliss, that feeling. Yeah. And so I like what you're saying about all of that.
Yeah, because once we do that, and it's not even like the world, everybody is floating around you, who you want to engage with, you are engaging with. It's not like, oh, you got to sign up, like, help me, But when you are with people, I always do this, I always send love out of me. No matter where I go, it's like 360. Just send the love out, because it's somebody in our vicinity, in our external world, needs to feel love. It's constant. And if they focus on the circus out there, I call it the circus. As soon as you start giving your attention to things that really have destroyed a lot of humanity over time, we just keep feeding that.
Absolutely.
You have to become a neutral observer. Yeah, you got to look at it, you got to see it, but you don't have to.
Yeah, because that's another thing about duality. The minute you start attaching or focusing on and getting an emotional connection to the crazy chaos stuff that's going on, like in our politics or around the world, you start to lean in that direction and energetically connect. Well, you don't want that connection, right? So you want to stay the neutral observer. You go, oh, okay, but you're not going to connect in any way to it by staying neutral. Right. So that's what we mean about why you want to stay neutral. It's so you don't get into the polarity situation. Because if you're over here and you are judging something to be light, or you're judging something to be dark, that's still the polarity. Yeah. But if you're in the neutrality, you're in a space that is inclusive, because you can't have the light without the dark, because it teaches us here on the earth plane our lessons, our experiences. What we came from, a body of this being, that this energy that is divine love, that is bliss, 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 bliss. And so when you try and bring it back into the earth plane, you've got to understand, here we have polarity, and you have to stay neutral in order not to buy into this side or that side.
Right.
So neutrality is really a place where you can just stay in what your soul wants to manifest.
Mm.
Don't worry about what somebody says. Don't worry about what's it's none of your business. It
Right.
isn't any of your business. Your business is to pay attention to what your soul is bringing forward, and keep yourself focused on that. Because if everything else is a distraction from that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
it does. It's so easy to get hooked. It's like
it is
like fishing hooks. It really does. It just
trigger. It can trigger you and reel you in.
Yeah.
And that trigger is something that tells you, uh-oh, I just got triggered.
Mm-hmm.
And some triggers are so strong that you get reeled in before you know it, and you go, oh man, I got mad. I got this. That's where you have to do some work, shadow work, to disconnect. And that's what keeps you flowing with this beautiful high vibrational divine energy coming in, and allows you to transform and awaken as completely as you can in every moment.
Yes.
So
yeah, because again, it's moment by moment. The choice is moment by moment. And it's easy to say, oh, well, this person called me, and the next thing I know, I'm in this, chaos.
You might be in a funk or chaos from somebody's conversation. And you have to realize that reaction is really not you. That's an ego trigger that is trying to drag you into some kind of a situation where you're not balanced. So in order to rebalance, you have to let go of that and realize that trigger isn't you. What is that trigger telling you, though? Was it that you felt like you were being compared? Was it because you felt like that was a threat to you? To what? And then you look at the different things. Oh, did you feel like you were being blamed for something? Well, that's none of your business. They can do whatever they want. Your business is just to pay attention to you and not attach to it, because somebody else's reaction isn't something you can control. You can only control yourself and how you look at the world. That's your power. That's your place where if you come from love and you really put that out, you're doing everything you can to bring your soul's life plan into play and create from there. You're doing what you can, and everything else is just stuff.
Yeah. So when you get sidetracked, right, by something, it's the holidays. This is why I'm bringing it up. A lot of people may have encounters.
Yeah.
I don't know, at Christmas dinner.
Oh, yeah.
So, what do we do?
It's a good place for triggering to occur. Let's just say the family can be, they can be good triggers. Right. And so, yeah.
It's the biggest one. And it's so deep, and you're so sensitive to these. I feel like I'm being attacked or
So you know what I do, and this is what I did at work. I used to practice this for fun in my 20s. I would make it a game. And I would get in my observer mode, sort of like you're sitting above the situation, and it's coming. It's going to happen. You sit down at the table or wherever it happens, and it's coming. And then you stay in that observer mode, kind of outside of yourself, and you watch. and you just listen to them say whatever they say, and you just smile. And that's all you do. You don't have to entertain whatever it is they're saying. You don't have to connect to it. You are just watching it. And then some clever or some response will come to you that is neutral, that somehow they'll get it and they'll go, because it wasn't the triggering response they were looking for. And they're just going to be dumbfounded. And they're going to kind of go, huh?
What's going on?
What happened? If you do play this little internal game with yourself and see, these are exercises for you to get out of being triggered.
Yeah. It's important.
The other person has no place for their stuff to land. It all just comes back and hits them because you're neutral and you're there. And they just go, and they're just tongue-tied and they're dumbfounded.
Wow.
Maybe next dinner they'll never say another thing because
I mean, it is, and it does, it's a fine art. This isn't, we don't master this on the first try.
Yeah, you just have to practice it. Yeah. It's a practice. So check it out and see what happens. Because my boss, man, after I was through being the observer and doing all that, he was a completely different person around me. Huh. It was profoundly changing for how he saw me, how he spoke to me, and everything about that. It shifted everything in that relationship.
Right. So, and it's true, right? We teach people how to speak to us and how to engage with us. And if we're coming from that insecure, whatever, that there's always these parts of us. That's what we do, all the dark nights of the soul and all the clearings and healings. And because, it's been lifetimes of over and over again, some sort of pain and trauma.
Yeah. And here's another energetic way of looking at it. When that person at dinner is shooting out a stream of energy at you in their words, you don't receive it because you're neutral. There's no energetic match for it in your system. So it will go back to them. And that's what confuses them. And they're all like, watch it happen.
Yeah.
Because when it can't land, it goes back to the person. There's no place for it to go because you didn't give it a reaction. You didn't resonate with it and stick and shoot out another strand to attach to them from being triggered.
Kind of like
you shut it down by being neutral. So try that. It's energetic. It's fun.
I love it because I haven't quite saw it like that, but I would always say, if I feel like I know these couple people are going to try to throw daggers at me, whether in words or whatever, and I would just say, I'm a mirror, and I just send it back in love.
It's the same kind of thing. Yeah. You can do it that way. It isn't a one-way process. However it works for you in the moment that you thought about it, you're doing the shadow work. You're making sure you aren't getting triggered from that. And you're giving yourself something to do to put up a shield, so to speak. So try any of it.
Yeah. I'm just seeing if anyone has any questions. Let's say hi. We have Indigo, Jaguar, Heather, hi. Fatima, hi. Lori Hunsinger, Starfish, Jenny, hi. Cat 01. I've never seen that one. It's like cat with 3 T's. I like it. Perrette, how you doing? It's a frequency. Now that's cool. That's her name. It's a frequency. Or his name. The Crown Zone. Any questions? Please ask us because hi Viviani. We really wanted to come together and come in and let's get new ways of dealing with these old repeats, every year. ew,
Yeah.
I hate going to dinner at grandma's because
Mhm.
this always happens, you know.
Yeah.
But I want to see grandma. But then, so it does. It takes a lot. It's a lot of self discipline, a lot of self work,
It does.
self love. And that's probably the biggest thing with the self love and acceptance. Because once you understand that what you're doing this for, this unconditional love, it isn't, it's spirit. It is it all, right? That all those little petty things don't come in as brutally as maybe they once did. You know, it's doesn't
Uh,
even.
and it's something where you can also ask a question with every sharp barb or whatever comes out of their mouths that would trigger you. You can say, uh, you could actually say, well, not to ask a question. You could actually say, "Oh, is that how you see it?" Or
Yeah.
whatever you want to say. You're going, "Oh, that's interesting."
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, it gives them a response, but it's neutral. It's
Yeah.
just you're not engaging in what it is that they're trying to complain about or whatever. So, um,
Well, hypnicity. This is a good question. I've never thought about it. Can one person have two souls?
not that I've ever seen, but I am not the be all, end all, do all of
Mm,
here we are on the earth plane. I have my guides and angels that channel through me, but it's not come up in a conversation. So
yes.
I can't speak to that as being off the planet and looking down. But generally, no, I don't think so. But,
Mhm.
I could be totally wrong
I'm
because there's always a bigger truth. This is my truth at the moment. What will my truth be a year from now? It can be totally different.
totally different. It's so true. Well, here, Starfish has, hey, Jenny, I drove my thing in about 2 or 3. Oops,
Yeah.
sorry. A wrong one. Jenny's saying walk-in.
Well, a walk-in would be somebody who would walk in and the other soul would be gone. So a walk-in situation is usually if somebody's about to cross and somebody does cross and somebody
Mhm.
goes in and takes over the body.
Yeah, because
Um,
there's a lot of, I think there's a lot of game playing with souls that are not aware of who they are, and but I don't think, even though there's a lot of, I don't even know what you'd want to call them, low vibrational entities, but they can't really take your soul. They
no,
can't
there,
take your spot.
no, you're a sovereign being. You're a
Mhm.
soul that is projecting just a fractal
Of
uh, down here into this vehicle, into this avatar. So no, and no on the no, nobody's going to take over your body or
right,
any of that
right.
kind of thing. I'm not saying there aren't walk-ins. I don't really have a lot of experience with that, although I've read a lot about it. So I'm not going to say there isn't.
Right.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the interesting thing, I will agree with you there because, like hypnicity, she sees a lot, all the sides of many issues, and I
Yeah.
get that.
Yeah.
And as we are, I mean, we're constantly in these. The light that's coming in now, that's raising us all up, is
Mhm.
just, it's gotten a lot gentler to me. It feels gentler, but we don't know, we don't really know what this is the end all, like this whole thing. How do we become?
Well, what my guides have told me, and my feeling is coming in 2024,
Yes.
they took the last 3 months of 2023 to get
Mhm.
us amped up. Boom, get us all. We went through a lot of clearing. We went through a lot of stuff that we were releasing, and we were accepting in these higher frequencies, evolving as much as we could in the
Yeah.
last 3 months. So then for 2023, it's like they want us. The energy is going to ramp up like you would not believe. And they
Yeah.
expect us to be on the dance floor doing our work. in this high frequency energy. It is going to ramp up pretty high, and it's going to be ongoing. And it's not a horrible kind of, it's a very bright, uplifting, high vibrational frequency that people who are already on the path are going to go, oh, this feels good. Although it's very high energy, you can use it, you can work on it. And it's so that everyone you work with and everything that comes forward, it's going to propel humanity forward in a huge way.
It really is. I mean, that's the beauty of this next year. It's going to sound, well, let's put it this way. The circus, the external, is going to have it sound like the sky's falling. But you're going to be feeling how we're feeling now or better, and going, what are they talking about? You know, this is really feels good. If I'm focused in on helping people and doing what I love and speaking to people, being in these beautiful communities. Thank you, everybody, for being here, because the energy's just, I mean, it's phenomenal when we're all together.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to feel.
Yeah, you will, because here you are. You have already gone through these 3 months. You've already amped up. You've already done the work. And so when 2024 starts, this will feel like buoyant, beautiful, flowing energy to you. It will feel fantastic. You'll be bubbling with joy. But other people maybe will feel it a little bumpy or rocky because maybe they still have a lot of work to do, and they'll come to you and ask for a reading. They'll need some assistance or some pointers on the way, but every single person is going to experience this, but it'll feel softer. But those who are already receiving in a lot of light and information, have been working energetically toward awakening, are going to be like on stage doing their work, because it's going to be a calling. It's going to move us, and we're going to feel really good about it. And other people are going to feel propelled to try and awaken. So
it is. Don't you feel that there's going to be so many awakenings, and people are going to be people who you wouldn't think.
Yes.
You know, those that
they're going to be questioning everything.
Everything.
They don't have a clue, because maybe they don't have the foundation that we have, and they haven't looked at all the spiritual. We have this foundation of how we understand the earth plane works, and they may not ever have looked at it.
So they're going to get like the expedited, the expedited teachings, right?
Yes, exactly.
But the energy is going to, I just feel like it matches real quick. It
will, because what's happening is they're going to evolve really fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's a quick experience. Whereas I took my journey from the time I grew up to now to get to here. It's going to be like, like we said, this year was like a week. It's like that. It's an abbreviated amount of time, because the energy gives you the insight. It gives you, it will put people in front of you that will explain everything so quickly. You'll catch up in 2 seconds. So, yeah.
I love how you said that, because the energy does enlighten you. It does bring you the information you need in any moment too.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody here has asked their guides, their team, help me. Well, I'd like to say this most of the day. Just show me the next best path, the next best moment, whatever, however you want to put it. My words don't want to come out.
That's right. And I just want to highlight, Hypnicity was saying everybody's teacher will appear exactly when they're supposed to. And I just want to say, don't put somebody on a pedestal. Mm-hmm. You're your own guru. Mm-hmm. As much as we might give you information or teach you a class or whatever, take the information. Don't put somebody on a pedestal. You're your own guru. You are the one who's going within. You will hear your guides and angels talk to you. This is what it's about. There are no more gurus. So you may understand something from someone and learn a class, or you may learn this system or that system. They are just like you. They are on the path just like you. They are your peer. You have no one above you. We are all peers. So just remember, we're all human beings and spiritual beings while we're here on this earth plane. So take everything that you learn and take it in and go inside and see how it resonates for you and how it works for you in your life. So
I mean, it's so true. I never resonated with the guru thing.
Yeah,
and I'm
the
so
guru
glad.
No, for sure. No, you do not. That is a trap.
That's
The guru thing is a trap. You don't want to go, oh, waiting for every word. No, you're the word. You're the guru.
That's right.
Go within. And even Jesus taught you, all the answers are within you.
Within you,
so, yeah, it's all within you.
It is, and and they twisted every word he said. Well, we know.
That's why he is coming through me doing channeling, because he wants to clear up what the teachings are and what he was trying to say. And it wasn't any religious movement. It wasn't anything about that. It was just giving you a little bit of who you really are and how it works in this world, how you can work with the energy here. That's what he was trying to say. And a lot of it didn't get translated properly, but he is letting people know now through not just me, but many people are channeling him to give this information. So,
and it's like the amount of information we have access to now, just by asking too.
Yeah.
If someone like Jesus or whoever resonates with you, like strongly, deeply, you can ask to
You can call them in. Yeah. You can literally channel and call in anyone you want to have a conversation. There is no barrier. Right. Literally, the difference between you and all the dimensions that exist right here with you right now, all time and space exists here. There are no barriers between you and the dimensions. It is a frequency difference. So as you raise your vibration, you're going to be more in the fourth, and you're going to sense the things from the fifth dimensional energies as they reach down and come before you. You will see things in your room. You'll see forms. You'll see there's a lot of things that happen.
Right.
And time and space is morphing, and some really funny things are happening, even for me. So, yeah.
It's so fascinating, though, because now so as not to be afraid, I want to ask this question, because as we're calling in higher vibrational information, I always prefaced it with in unconditional love and truth.
And
I'm asking. Go ahead.
And when not that we need protection, but this is what I do. It's in my practice. Surround myself with light. I get into a meditative space. I ground myself. I call in Archangel Michael. I say I'm surrounded by the pure white light of divine source and only the highest vibration of truth and light. They come into my energy field or go from my energy field, except that which I wish to release and let go that no longer serves me. So I ask for Archangel Michael and my primary guides and angels to come in and guide me. Then as I bring up the Mother Earth's energy that I've anchored into, I go to divine source and I pull in that beautiful light, and I say, I am divine source energy. And then I send it out through my heart out around the world. And this is where I say, as above, so below, as within, so without. Thy will be done on earth. And I say 0 point awakening. And I see this light just shoot out, awakening the entire world, all humanity. And I say, it is done. Thank you. So then from that platform, I go to ask anyone, divine source, anyone, whoever I'm calling in to talk to. So in that space, you've already raised yourself up. Of course, I forgot the important thing, take either 3 deep breaths before you even start with that beginning prayer, or you don't have to, but you can use Om, because you're taking that sacred breath, you're holding it and you're letting it out, and doing that 3 or 4 times sets you in that God breath, that energy of life that is God. And that's where you get that higher frequency and it lifts you up. So the breath is a key. The breath is a big key to that higher frequency. And that's
I'm sorry. No, it's beautiful how you said it, because a lot of people would be. I remember throughout the years being intimidated of calling in, even though I would call in as higher vibrational light. A lot of people say, "Oh, but did you see that? Did you see that?" See, when you're starting to see, how do you explain that? Like, I'm calling in the highest unconditional love. Somebody else is seeing something dark or shadowy, right? And they're scared. How do you?
okay. Here's the thing. Everything is divine source energy.
Right.
Whatever your perception or fear mind makes it look like or mean to you in your 3D mind. So you're sitting in meditation, you have your eyes closed, and you're opening up, and you see magenta, you see violet, you see purple, and maybe you're not at the stage where you hear your thought voices from your guides, but you're opening up and you're getting all those colors, and maybe you see a form come in that seems dark to you, or it's this or that or the other thing in your 3D mind, and it makes you feel fearful. Just work past it, get it back up into your heart center, and feel love energy. You've already protected yourself to keep. I protect myself to keep myself in the highest vibration.
Absolutely.
So that only light and love come to me. And you have to believe that that's just your ego mind sending you something that is really a beautiful entity of maybe your angel or maybe another guide, and you just don't see or perceive it in a clear way.
Yeah, it's
You've got to continue to open that up and allow in the truth. So there's nothing to worry about.
And I've tried to explain that to people, because when you feel it, that's you, right? You got to look, and like you said, you got to keep feeling through it. There's nothing out here that can hurt you. It's all love.
There isn't.
And
there isn't.
There really isn't. And if you go ahead.
We just say that protective prayer and surrender, and I only say it because that makes me feel like I have called in the level of beings that I want to connect with, right? You're calling in those highest vibrational energies. So it's like ordering a menu saying, these are the beings I want to talk to. So, yeah.
That is so cool. And so when I love that we've given all these ideas to go forward and to really strengthen that energy within yourself to all that is, to give it a chance.
Yes, absolutely. And don't be afraid if you're just starting out. Know that that's just your ego mind. Blah, 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 and just let it go and stick it out. And Warrior Girl, hi, I'm so sorry you got notified late. Oh,
Warrior Girl.
You can watch it again.
This is a good one. Val's on it. It's on a roll here. Talking about the energy, but it's so true. But until because I know when I was afraid of everything and my thoughts were just abusive. And
I was there 20, actually more like 40 years ago. I was there. We all go through that stage. We go through that stage. So that's just something that will pass, where you were in that fear.
It was just everything. Worry. So scared of everything. It was just beyond.
It's a stage.
It is. But you come to this side, like, it's just, oh my gosh. Life is so smooth. It's so easy. And it's just and this isn't easy, so don't let it sound like it's easy.
But you're
Where,
saying it flows so beautifully.
right.
Things that come to you and whatever you put out, and it's all just a beautiful orchestrated flow of feelings and higher vibration.
Right. I mean, it's so cool. But okay, so it's the self love, right? The self acceptance, the
Yes.
self
Yes.
trust, having trust and belief and faith in yourself and spirit to know that nobody's gonna let you fall. That
Exactly.
takes a lot of courage, but once you do it and you prove it to yourself, it's your you will never go back to the way you
Yeah,
used to think and the way you used to be afraid.
that is beautifully said. Absolutely. Yes.
Beautiful. I mean, it totally blew my mind. I couldn't believe it, and I'm in awe every day, and I'm so grateful for this community because we're sharing all this information with each other,
Yeah.
and I just thought it would be really good during this holiday season to kind of bring some ease, some peace in.
Yeah.
Everything is grace and ease.
Yeah.
We don't want to struggle. We don't want to fight. We want to just let it be.
You want to chill out and enjoy yourself.
Yes.
you know, definitely.
Through the judgment hypnosis. Well, sometimes, but see, if you let the judgment go,
Mhm.
if you just say, why ever this person over here irritates me, I'm gonna send them love and allow them to be who they are.
Right,
And
exactly. And
and
that
that's
is that is a good example of what to do in that situation. Absolutely,
mm,
100%. I mean, they could irritate you from something inside of yourself
mm,
you're seeing that
mm,
is part of you that is in them. And so it is something you need to work on yourself
yeah,
about. So sending them love is part of that work.
yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. I love
yeah.
that.
'Cause so many times I feel like, oh
Yeah.
God. So that's something in me. Now I got to go find
I
out
know. I've
what.
been there. I know it. I mean, and it still happens. So
Uh-huh.
it's an ongoing thing.
Yeah, it
You
does.
don't all get to some pinnacle and it never happens.
It
We're here
does.
on, we have this ego thing
Yeah,
that
we do.
we all have to keep doing it and do
We
the
got
work.
the ego and the energy's fluctuating, and you're riding high
Maybe
on a
you're off
mountain.
balance. Yeah, maybe you're riding low, and then
Yeah.
somebody says something, and it
Oh
goes
yeah.
wrong. And yeah,
It's so cool
mm,
though.
mm,
We're gonna become excellent surfers this next year. I can see it.
yeah.
Um, we're all. a- Anybody needs it. If you have any questions, let us know. Hi Jay. Hi Hypnicity. Hi Janet P. Oh, who's Warrior Girl? Who did I see? I'm sorry, Rossi. Hi
Hi,
Rossi.
Rossi.
Amanda Carroll. But that's what we're here for. Anybody wants to come on, talk about this stuff. It's the sooner we all understand this,
Mhm.
the best way to play with these energies. It's easy. Once I know I keep saying that, but once you do it, you'll see how easy it is.
Yeah, and you'll be like, oh man, I can do that, and you'll keep doing it, and you'll just evolve so fast that you won't even. It'll just be second nature to you.
It
In
just
these higher frequencies, it's just not hard anymore. Everything's fast.
is. Okay, so
Who
let's.
isn't triggered by Trump? Yeah, it's hard. Well, you know what? I have to tell you, I stopped being triggered by him a long time ago because
Mm,
I look at him as someone who came in to do a job, to
mm,
shake things up, and to make us all choose that no, we're not going in that. We're not going with a dictator
yeah.
for our country. And so everybody around the world, not just the United States, gets to look at that and make a choice. I don't mean a dialectic choice, a polarity choice, but to enjoy peace, harmony, love, and in that way,
Yeah.
yeah.
There we have to. I guess we have to realize that there's some people who do want to live in dictator rule. And but that isn't the that energy is smaller and smaller. All I can see is that it's
Here's
smaller
the
and smaller.
here's the light workers, and here's the people that want to live in more darkness. So
Yeah.
we're like this, and they're like this now, but they're louder.
Mm.
So
I
you
don't
see it,
understand.
you
Yeah.
see, you see them a lot more, and you hear that rhetoric.
Yeah.
But we are actually the light workers, and the ones who bring in the truth are a bigger group. We just are, some of us are louder than others. But
Yeah. Yeah. I was guided to send him love and
yeah,
anyone like him. So
yeah,
this way and I was angry the first time I got that information. I was like, but see, that was more stuff I had to learn.
yeah.
It's send love.
You have to know that he had a
Yeah.
contract to come in, and he's playing a role.
Yes.
And, you have to have compassion for this soul that came in to do this role. And, in that
Mm.
way, he's going to cross just like all of us. And he's going to be, in his soul, complete soul again. And he's just like everyone else. He's
Mm.
not he's not evil or any of those things. When he's in his soul, he's just playing a role here. And in that way, it should take the sting out of it. Although, I know it's a little hard because he's really playing it up good. I mean, obnoxious character that he
Yeah.
is. So, to have a little compassion for what's going to be happening to him
Right.
is not a bad thing.
No, we're definitely going to have to get together and talk about that again, because when you said that he's not a demon or evil, or I'm sorry, you said evil, and people like that,
Yeah.
and they choose that, right? So we're going to have to
It's
come back
something
and talk about
it's
that.
something he came in for, and actually he came in to do it. He volunteered for that job
Yeah.
because they really needed somebody big to come in and do this big job of stirring up the pot of chaos.
Ooh.
And
Okay, so like if I look at it astrologically, right, and in these last few thousand years, there's been many like him that have
yes,
really abused a lot of us in humanity and had us suffering,
yeah,
worried about our families, killing off our families.
yes.
And it just gets to that, um, God, I really don't want that to repeat. So I focus in on that age of
I,
Aquarius.
I think we definitely have. Yes, focusing on
Yeah.
the age of Aquarius is a really good idea. And I have to say, in the last few times I've done Akashic record readings, the masters have brought in the words, the age of Aquarius, the last two
Ah,
times. And, they haven't before that. So we are definitely dawning on that age of Aquarius energy, where it is humanitarian energy. It
yeah.
is coalescence of energy and humanity coming together. So,
Mhm.
yeah,
It's going to be so cool. It is
it
going to be so
is.
cool. Now,
It
on
is.
January 20th, Pluto and the Sun both go into Aquarius on that day. That
Mm,
I expect to be a really big
yes.
day. Now, I know that the outside world, when do you think, or do you think like that'll ever, those voices out there, will they ever just get lower and
They
lower?
will get lower and lower because it's when their leader is not in play anymore, they're going to
Mm,
be a little quieter. There'll still be a few making noises here and there, but it will be just a little squeaky sound. Let's put it that way. We're not really going to be bothered like we were, but that is going to take. We're going to say 2 to, I don't want to say 5. We'll say 2 to 3 years
I
to
agree.
really coalesce and get that energy sort of purged and
Right.
Yeah. Filtered out, filtered into the new energy.
Right.
Whatever.
Right. That's really what's happening. It is. It's purging itself out. It's dissipating all that dank, dark.
And you'll notice they get louder as they feel the fear that they lost their foundation of whatever their platform for their dictatorship kind of ideals.
Yeah.
It's going to shift even more. They really are going to yell louder because they're getting scared because they know they're going to get weeded out. It's the cards are on the table. The energy's in the air.
They really are.
They really are. Yeah.
Speaking of which, I did pull a couple cards. Did you want to pull a couple cards for everybody before we go?
Sure.
I got, and I feel this too for all of us, light workers, love workers, big discovery. Hidden gifts are emerging.
Love that.
Yeah. So everybody, I feel like we're getting Christmas gifts. I just heard from
oh, wow. And I got, although it doesn't look like such a beautiful card, stellar gateway activation.
That's a beautiful card.
It says infinite potential manifestation vortex. So get out there and use this energy right now.
I love it. I love the portals. I love the portal energy, the vortexes. And that's what each of us are. We are, each of us are.
We are like a gateway, an activation gateway, a portal, a vortex. We're all of those things. So energetically, this information is coming in to us and through us and out into the ethers that connect all of us. So it's the mass consciousness that is going to be shifting from all this energy into that greater awareness.
Yeah, we really are. This is why it's so important to maintain your focus on what it is that makes your heart smile. Because as soon as we give way to the fear, that fear it piles up on you.
It does.
Down,
Well, you're creating your now moment every minute. And if you're choosing fear, what are you bringing forward? More fear. So choose love, choose whatever is in your heart, whatever your heart's desire is, because the heart is the holy grail, the gateway to everything. So, I feel both cards are going to apply. Time speeding up. Yes, that's why Valerie and I backstage were saying this year went by in a nanosecond. 2023, boom. It was just.
It's crazy. And it's just going to start amping up more. But like Val was saying, that energy, you're going to feel good about it.
You are.
It feels different. It does. It really feels better. It feels nurturing. It's helpful.
It's lighter, fluffier, and you're going to feel nurtured by it. Definitely. And even some bubbly joy.
Yeah.
That sort of quantum field of energy is going to sort of resonate for everyone.
And that's sadness. That's part of, Lori, that's part of the release of things inside of each of us, because I get those moments. I have to be honest, like last couple of days, I was getting hit. We had the X-class solar flare last week. I mean, literally, I was just shaking. I started seeing, feeling things. Things just got weird. But I know now, okay, we're clearing something else. Imagine that.
Imagine that.
I don't know what it could be, but here, take it.
Some big stuff was clearing, I can tell you from my perspective.
Right? But it's so crazy. You're like, oh my goodness, God. Whatever it is, I send it love and peace and harmony, because that. But I literally just laid there, like, I'll go through these deep, dark moments about, I don't know why I'm here. I don't know what I'm doing, But then you bounce back into that, who you really are. Because as we're remembering who we are and we're walking each other home and we're there for each other. Look, There's a reason why all of us are together. We're part of a soul family. You know?
Absolutely. You just gave me the chills.
Mm,
Absolutely 100%. Yep.
I love it. I love it. We
We're in
love
the
you.
we're in the same soul tribe.
Yes, we are. Wait, let me see what did. One more thing from Warrior Girl. She's always, all these people are beautiful.
Yeah.
Think about the lion in this strength card. The old patriarchy is going to roar like the lion, but we are reminded to stay in our heart space.
Yes, and absolutely true, warrior girl.
Absolutely.
That's what's going to happen. But they're roaring because they really have no place to go. They have no more audience, or their audience is thinning. So,
Yeah, they're waking up. And, a lot of those people are going to need guidance and help.
yeah. Well, if they can indeed wake up a little bit, we'll,
Hmm.
we'll have to
Yeah,
hold
just
that out.
imagine just waking up, though, and feeling like
I got sold a
everything.
bill of goods.
Yeah, everything
Oh
I've
my
done,
goodness.
I was duped. I'm angry. Oh my God, they're gonna be
Oh,
angry.
they're going to be pretty angry, but
Mm,
we just have to hold the space for them,
yeah,
hold the space of love and light. And
poor, poor
it's
thing.
funny. I said I pulled the card, "Don't give up on love." So for
Oh,
all humanity, we're all one. So of course we want everyone to evolve beautifully,
yeah.
and they all will.
Because once we do, right, we're all living in that
Yeah,
harmony and that peace, and
yeah,
you can actually go live your life and do what you love, and watch your children enjoy life, and on and on and on.
yeah,
There's, I
absolutely.
don't know. I'm excited. Well, Val and I will come back again one of these days. Will you come back and visit with me, Val?
Sure.
Awesome. And we love
Absolutely.
you. And I want to say Merry Christmas,
Yep.
Happy Holidays, whatever it is that you enjoy. Wishing you a magical holiday season, whatever it is. And enjoy what you like. And I think I'm going to go watch Frosty.
Oh, sounds fun.
I need to see like Frosty or Rudolph. It just reminds me of that stuff. I love it. And we'll be back. Well, Val's always on. Val's got channel after channel. Uh, I don't know how her and Allie and them do it. I really don't. I'm like, oh my goodness. She realizes that well. Uh, anyway, we will come back
Yep.
and probably sometime next week. I'm sure you'll be on. I know I'll be on with Crone Zone tomorrow at
Oh,
3, and about the Cancer full moon, and then Diana and I will have Tuesday night on the full moon itself on the
excellent.
25th.
Excellent.
Yeah, so come and visit us. When is your next show, Val?
Actually,
Uh,
that's
Probably in an hour from now.
my next show. Oh, here's my calendar. Let me see. I don't even know. Oh, I've got 2 Akashic record readings tomorrow. So I'm not going to have a show until the 26th of December, Tuesday. And I have an Akashic record reading show at 8:30 Eastern time, and at 5 Eastern time, I have a drawing for 3 free Akashic record readings to thank everyone for getting me to 900 subscribers.
That is so awesome. I'm
Yay.
sorry, I meant to say that you're having a subscriber party.
Yeah,
Oh, that
I
is
am.
so
I'm just so excited that I got boosted so fast that by the time I have this, subscriber party, I am going to be back. I'm going to be at 1K. I'm going to
yeah.
have to do it again. But,
That is so
yeah,
cool. That is so cool.
yeah.
Okay, well, we'll be there. What time did you say that was on the
So that
26th?
so that on the 26th at 2 p.m. Pacific time or 5 p.m.
5 p.m.
Eastern time.
Eastern.
That's the drawing, and you have to be present in the chat because I'm going to
Oh,
use the spin, the going through the names.
oh, cool.
StreamYard app that does that. So yeah.
I got to figure out all these little things
Oh
StreamYard
man,
does.
I had to figure it out. The people in the chat had to help me.
so much to do. It's so easy to connect and do things now. It's just it's
Yeah.
I mean, and look, that's been happening since, well, right before COVID. If
Yeah.
everything's just exponentially ramped up, and it's
It
just going to
really
keep
is.
getting better. It
Yep.
really is.
It really is. It's pretty amazing. So thank you for having me on.
Thank
I
you for
really
coming, and we will see each other next week. We love you all very much. Be safe out there. Merry Christmas. Enjoy your holidays. Be the love you are. They are. They're so beautiful.